KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust. Serving Micronesia since 1938, Matson celebrating 25 years of commitment to Guam, Micronesia, and the CNMI. Cars Plus, Guam's leader in sustainability and electric vehicles. Learn more at carsplusguam.com. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it, and King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime, police tracked down the other man accused in a home invasion where the homeowner was held at gunpoint. Investigators also taking a third suspect into custody in the case, plus a major leap toward averting Medicaid cliff for Guam. The spending bill including a provision to permanently lower the percentage most territories have to kick in for Medicaid funding. And the Guam Memorial Hospital Skilled Nursing Unit once was the site used at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. The facility now nationally eyed for excellent care.
Hafide and good evening, everyone. I'm Nick Delgado. Welcome to Primetime. Well, a couple of latest arrests who stand accused in an armed robbery, home invasion reported in Dededo. 35-year-old Jonathan Andrew Borja arrested on suspicion of home invasion, robbery, burglary, theft of property, terrorizing and use of a deadly weapon. 38-year-old Leilani Evangelista arrested on suspicion of fraudulent use of a credit card. It was on December 12th, Borja, along with 35-year-old Ruben Jesse Kanata, allegedly broke into a Dededo home, held a man at gunpoint before taking off with multiple firearms and a security camera modem. Kanata is charged with home invasion, burglary, and robbery, among others. Court documents stating Kanata interrogated the victim days prior about a woman he was dating. Details about Evangelista's involvement in the incident have yet to be released. Evangelista and Borja set to appear before a magistrate judge now in the Superior Court of Guam. The man indicted in the deadly shooting of Edward Bamba has denied having anything to do with the murder. 30-year-old Janice Tabata pleading guilty to murder and aggravated assault before Magistrate Judge Jonathan Kwan today. He also denied drug possession charges in a separate criminal matter. It was last month the pair got into an argument over a woman both dated before Tabata allegedly pulled the trigger, killing Bamba. Tabata led authorities on a manhunt before he was captured in the parking lot area of the Micronesia Mall. Court documents state officers also found meth on him during his arrest. Also in court today, a man denied allegations he sexually abused a teen girl known to him more than once. 48-year-old Julian Kenga pleaded not guilty to first-degree criminal sexual conduct, 2 counts of second-degree criminal sexual conduct and harassment. He waived his speedy trial rights. The child, now 16, allegedly told police Kenga molested her twice when she was in middle school. Well, during that same hearing in local court, a man accused of sexually abusing a little girl denied the allegations filed against him. 36-year-old Vandrick Gumabon pleaded not guilty to multiple counts of first and second-degree criminal sexual conduct. He waived his speedy trial rights as well. The child, now 14, alleged the abuse started when she was only 6 or 7, adding that it went on for at least 2 years. Guam is a major step closer to averting Medicaid cliff, in the process saving tens of millions of dollars in local revenue. The Senate today passed the omnibus spending bill in a procedural vote, which paves the way to congressional approval before the end of the week. What's significant for Guam, according to Congressman Mike St. Nicholas, is that it includes a provision to permanently lower the percentage most territories have to kick in for Medicaid funding. Nestor Lecanto reports.
Contained within the massive $1.7 trillion spending bill are provisions that provide permanent funding for Medicaid coverage in the U.S. territories. For Guam, it means that the federal matching aid percentage, or FMAP, that before the pandemic was at 55% local, 45% federal, will now drop to a much more favorable 17% local, 83% federal. Acting Chief of Public Health's Division of Public Welfare, Carlos Pangilinan, says it's great news.
If you wanted to annualize the program, that roughly equates to almost $60 million.
The $60 million in savings is if public health is able to maximize recipient benefits. Currently, an estimated 50,000 local residents rely on the Medicaid program, and DPHSS Director Art San Augustine says having a permanent FMAP makes it so much easier to plan.
It's not this yo-yo, 1 year is 45, 55, the next year is 83, 72. So you can do some real long-term health planning in terms of what services we can provide to the community and look at the data and plan properly so that we can provide these services to the people of Guam. And so this is very much something that we've been striving for.
The current favorable FMAP that was granted for the pandemic will expire on Friday. If Congress doesn't pass the bill, GovGuam's matching percentage would likely revert back to 55%. For KUAM News, I'm Nestor Liconto.
Also contained in the massive federal omnibus bill is funding for a local slaughterhouse. Congressman Mike Nicholas saying $1.4 million will go to the Guam Livestock Co-op for the construction of the facility. He says along with the Fishermen's Co-op facility, which was funded last year, the slaughterhouse will be a place for people to get food at more reasonable prices, support the livelihood of local fishermen and ranchers, and provide the critical staging areas to study and scale these industries to meet and grow demand. The University of Guam denies any and all allegations of wrongdoing when they punished UOG professor Dr. Ron McNinch. That's what UOG's legal counsel wrote in response to National Foundation for Individual Rights in Education, also known as FIRE. During this year's election, McNinch wrote an email to students and staff about the Great Debate event, which UOG contends goes against their policy. FIRE this week is firing back, saying they were disappointed to receive their dismissive response to their earlier letter. They are now expecting a substantive response to yet another letter sent to UOG confirming that the university rescinded McNinch's punishment and will hereafter meet its binding legal obligations to honor free speech on campus. McNinch is also set to appeal his punishment handed down by the UOG's president before the Board of Regents in January. A Christmas drive for foster children in need is underway. Youngsters participating in GPD's U Project program gathering today at GCA Trades Academy. These teens taking time out of their holiday to give back to the community. Natsuki Hirayama has more.
Some of the island's youth spending their holidays for a good cause. It's part of the Guam Police Department's Project U Christmas Break program that mentors teens ages 14 to 17 on the value of community. GPD officer Susie Santos is one of the youth mentors for the program.
So our focus for this year was for the Iguma Mini Aussie shelter and for the foster kids there, and teaching our kids to give back in various ways and be part of community service and teaching them those values.
GW High School sophomore Riley Taitono explains what they're doing here today.
We have feminine products, and we have canned goods and dry noodles and everything. Then we have toys for both females and males, and then we have a whole bunch of clothes for kids up to teenagers. So pretty much we're sorting all the clothes and products that people have donated into charity, and then we'll be wrapping them by tomorrow, hopefully.
These youth are processing these donated items, which will be going to the K. Thomas Foundation for the Iguma Minaasi Shelter for Foster Children. Simon Sanchez High School junior Alyssa Bloss shares why she's participating.
I just wanted to be busy during Christmas break and help out the community.
She's no stranger to serving the community. She's also the JROTC captain at the Home of the Sharks. GPD officer and Project U mentor Lawrence Osborne adding the students are also learning how to be responsible citizens.
It's good. Challenge sometimes. Some of them, it's challenging, but it's fun. We're trying to teach them the values, a lot of values in life. So right now they're learning about giving back and helping the community. They're learning about donations.
The program also helping to keep students like Teason High School sophomore Taylor Mendiola out of trouble.
The people here are very caring. It would be very nice for other kids to join Project U. They show us how to get started with our own life. I was here last summer, and honestly, when I came out, I was like a different person. I was so much better. After I got out, I went straight to applying to jobs.
The youth participants will be presenting the donations to the K. Thompson Foundation on December 23rd. Matsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
Thanks, Mitsuki. We'll have more news in a moment. Keep it here. You're watching KUAM.
My name is Leonza Selvage, and I have a 4-year-old daughter who goes to lots of learning daycare. So with the rising cost of living, it helps tremendously with bills. I don't have to worry about paying for childcare services. Knowing that this program is offered to our people, most especially our children, I think something to definitely be grateful for. I learned about Program in Panilan from the mayor's offices here. And my initial reaction to the program, I was actually in disbelief that this program offered free childcare services to our people. I wanted to give my mom a break for a little bit, so when I found out about the program, I jumped right on it. I was relieved because childcare at no cost. I'm thankful for this program because I don't have to worry about an extra set of bills coming my way. I'm grateful to the governor, the lieutenant governor, everyone behind the scenes that made this happen.
Need help paying for childcare? Guam families can receive financial support through Programan Pinilan. Learn more and apply at guamchildcare.com.
This burger looked at one slice of melted cheese and said, more cheese. It looked at pickles and said, also onions. It wanted to be more than hot. It wanted to be juicy. This is the Quarter Pounder with cheese. If you thought one napkin for the Quarter Pounder with cheese was enough, it's not enough.
Are you ready for more? Introducing GTA 5G. More speed. Experience fast 5G speeds while streaming video, gaming online, or downloading files. More reliable. Guam's most reliable network with more 5G coverage than the competitors. More value. All GTA postpaid wireless customers get 5G access for free. GTA 5G. 5G done right.
Welcome back. The National Defense Authorization Act has major implications for Guam, but what about the rest of the Marianas? Regional correspondent Tomas Manglotnia reports on what the news from the nation's capital means for the NMI.
U.S. Congress inked the $858 billion National Defense Authorization Act for FY23, and it's now in effect after President Biden signed it. U.S. Delegate Gregorio Sablan says it has major gains for the Northern Marianas. Now veterans from U.S. territories and the freely associated states have an advisory committee within the VA to recommend improvements in the delivery of benefits and services. It also provides $191 million for 3 Tinian divert projects, $92 million for fuel tanks with pipeline and hydrants, $58 million for airfield development phase 1, and $41 million for parking apron. Service members will also see a 4.6% pay raise, increased housing allowance, and more protections for survivors of sexual harassment in the military by completing investigations outside the immediate chain of command. This marks the 62nd year the NDAA has been passed. Tomas Maglonia for KUAM News on Saipan.
Thanks, Tomas. Well, the CNMI Secretary of Finance, David Attulik, says he stands by Governor Ralph Torres' Boost program, which is currently the focus of a week-long Legislative Joint Committee investigation. The investigation focusing on how Federal American Rescue Plan Act funds were used to provide grants to small businesses and nonprofits. Boost stands for Building Optimism, Opportunities, and Stability Together. Attulik asked the committee to reschedule his testimony today as he needs more time to hire a private attorney. This after the Attorney General's office authorized outside legal counsel representation. Attulik says he wants an available, non-conflicted, and able representation before he's questioned. The committee rescheduling testimony to December 22nd. Ahead of the hearing, KUAM asked Attulik if he stands by the program given previous testimonies.
I have nothing to hide, or I do want to cooperate. Boost is a great program, and I have not seen or reviewed their testimonies, so I can't comment on that.
Boost has awarded more than $10 million to 431 businesses and nonprofits. Well, the island's only public hospital received national recognition for the excellent care that the skilled nursing facility provides. Daniel Perez spoke with the administrator of Guam Memorial about this honor, which actually came as a surprise to them.
Out of 15,000 nursing homes for short rehabilitation care evaluated in the whole United States, the skilled nursing facility under the Guam Memorial Hospital Authority was one of the facilities recognized, receiving the highest mark, a 5 out of 5 in the judging criteria, resulting in the high performance rating. This recognition comes from the U.S. News and World Report, ranking the SNF among the nation's best in the 2022 to 2023 Best Nursing Homes for Short Rehabilitation Care. GMHA Administrator and CEO Lillian Perez-Posadas shared their joy and excitement when the public hospital found out the SNF was counted among the best in the United States.
We were really surprised, but again, pleasantly surprised that when we received the notice and we received the brochure. So it was just, it was fantastic. It was just phenomenal to receive it. They're just so excited and really happy, very happy. And they're just really, more motivated and just really incentivized to continue the great work that they do and to really raise it up again to a higher level of performance.
U.S. News and World Report rates the best nursing homes for short rehabilitation care by their assessment of 10 quality measures, focusing on staffing, medical outcomes, resident complaints, and processes of care. GMHA's SNF was also evaluated based on their care, safety, staffing, health inspections, and infection rates. The SNF also provides other services more than just nursing aid.
We do have the rehab team. The rehab are, physical therapists and occupational therapists. So they work together. Social workers, they work with the social workers to just make sure that, whatever the needs are of those residents, especially because remember, SNU is like a transition, going into their home, going back into their home to be with their family, but they still need a little bit more of medical treatment and nursing services and nursing care.
Posadas thanks the hardworking staff of the SNF as this recognition goes to them for continuing to provide excellent care to those that need it. Daniel Perez, KUAM News.
Will need a ride after celebrating the holidays with friends and family? Then the Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center, partnership with Togi, has you covered. The Safe Drive Home program goes into effect today, and it's for residents who celebrated a little too much with friends and family. Behavioral Health Director Therese Ariola sharing why this program is so important.
With the merrymaking, we just want to make sure that we all stay alive for 2023, that we all celebrate and drink responsibly. If you find yourself in a situation where there is no designated driver, please call the Guam Behavioral Health Safe Ride program this holiday season.
The number 2 call should you need a ride home if you've celebrated too much is 988 or 671-787-9276 or 686-9276. You see there on your screen. The Safe Drive Home program can accommodate up to 5 people at a time and is available from 6 in the evening to 6 in the morning, again beginning today through January 2nd. The winners for an art contest are announced early this morning at Adaloop. The Guam Child Care Art Contest award ceremony celebrating our young artists kicking off with a special performance by the Tumon Bay Youth Orchestra. One of the judges, Public Health Deputy Director Terry Uggan.
Judging was difficult, and I will say that amongst the young fine artists that we have, I'm sure there is Van Gogh, a Monet, or even a Mary Cassatt out there. So it is an honor to be part of this process.
Andrea Soriano from Finnegadson Elementary School winning People's Choice in the Elementary Art section. Amanda Solomon from Santa Barbara taking second. Olivia Durking from Bishop taking first. The elementary coloring winners are Justin Cuevas from Santa Barbara winning People's Choice. Camila Pelera from Santa Barbara taking third. Liam Park from Deer Tree Art Studio taking second. And Haley Matanonia from Harvest taking first. Middle school art winners are Hannah Rosario from Harvest winning People's Choice, Charisma Tupaz from SIFA taking second, Sunny Lee from St. Paul taking first.
I'm excited to share that today's winners will receive VIP package from the Pacific Islands Club Guam and the Super American Circus, along with a Guam Child Care Winners Prize package, which includes a free 2-hour art session at Art Beat Studios in Tamuning.
And congratulations to all the winners. The art submissions are on display at the Aganda Shopping Center. 22 of the island's entrepreneurs showcased their business skills over the weekend at the Guam Premier Outlets. It was the first ever Neni Market that children ages 7 to 12 have been working hard to turn their dreams and ideas into reality. Many of them happy to share with the island their ideas and creations with what these young minds came up with. The Nanny Market program was brought to life by Inspire Marianas. Many of them you could see there showcasing their talents. Here's the president and founder of Inspire Marianas, Victor Calvo.
It was really beautiful to see all these kids go from not knowing what they wanted to do to like being very proud of what they had today. And many of the kids actually sold out. So I was very thankful to everyone in the community for coming out and supporting our local entrepreneurs. We call it entrepreneurs because it's a spin on our Chamorro culture with entrepreneurship.
Calvo adds many of the kids plan to continue taking the entrepreneurship program. So moving forward, Inspire Marianas will look for more ways to help these entrepreneurs grow. Now for a look at your world at home. Here's a view captured of another beautiful sunset just outside of our Harmon studios. The Guam National Weather Service forecasting that Thursday will bring more clouds in our skies, a 30% chance of scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms.
Fast, fun, and easy. That's how your home Wi-Fi should be. So start with an internet plan that fits your budget. Introducing your home Wi-Fi starter pack, also known as WISP. Enjoy up to 25 megabits per second for as low as $35 a month. Plus, a free router with your wireless subscription. That's hours of movies, games, social media, and more endless fun. Get your Wi-Fi starter pack today only at Dokumo Pacific. Better together. Additional conditions may apply.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa, you can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
When you're built for tailgating, you're built for winning. Winning at storage. Winning at parking. Winning at technology. Winning at comfort. Winning at winning.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Dokumo Pacific. Better together.
Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. On the way, some bowling and futsal results. But first off, some men's basketball highlights from the holiday tip-off tournament over at the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse. Check it out. Sharks and the Warriors lacing up. Warriors E.J. Cruz goes to the rack and hits for 2 points off the reverse land. Warriors went on a 9-0 run to start the game. Reggie Rechabong with the corner pass to Alfredo Royster. Step back three is money. Francis Sunga answers with a three for the Warriors at the other end of the court. Ben Whitaker finds Rechabong spotting up. Reggie buries the shot from the outside. He hit 4 from long range to finish the game with 12 points. Warriors moving the ball around. J.P. Timing Low Jr. gets the ball down low and takes it up for 2 of his 7 points in the game. Sharks pick up the dub 56-39. Jun Navarro with no defender in sight lets it go and knocks down the 3-point shot here in the dub. Now for some news out of the Guam Bowling Congress. Gregory Borja claimed his third Budweiser King of the Lanes Grand Finals title. Borja beat second seed Ricky Duenas in the finale. Budweiser Prince of the Lanes winner was Arlene Regis as she edged out second seed Gomes Martinez with a final score of 176-172. Regis' strike in the 10th frame was key to her first grand final crown. The Budweiser King and Prince of the Lanes is sponsored by Ambrose Inc., Unity Development Corporation, DBA Central Lanes, and Pinpoint Guam. The University of Guam Lady Triton women's soccer team tied the Southern Cobras 1-1 in the Guam Football Association's Women's Futsal League. UOG's goalkeeper Pauline Joyce scored the only Triton goal when she kicked the ball from the UOG goal to the Cobras goal. The ball hit the top of the crossbar, hit the ground, and went in to give the Tritons the lead 1-0 with 6:52 left in the first half. UOG is now 2-1-1 on the season.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Howdy, folks. Nobody loves a Guam potluck more than I do. That's why I always bring my world-famous chicken, served any way you like it. Original recipe, extra crispy tenders, Kentucky Fried Wings, and more. All right. And nothing completes a meal like KFC's signature sides. Hot mashed potatoes with gravy, coleslaw, and a flaky biscuit. The world's favorite chicken, right here on the island, and only at KFC Guam. Whoops! Well, it is finger-licking good.
I can't make that amount work right now. Mom, what is it? Can I get new basketball shoes? We'll see.
Can I please have $20 for my field trip?
I don't know. Can I go to my friend's house after school?
Anak, hindi pwede.
We're all trying our best to make ends meet. The governor's child care programs are helping businesses and working families care for Guam's kids. This ad is paid for with funds administered by the Department of Public Health and Social Services. Visit guamchildcare.com to apply today.
Finally tonight, your Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club shout-out submitted on KUAM.com.
Happy birthday number 10 to Drayden, and wow, you're in the double digits now, young man. We wish you a safe and bright future full of happiness. We love you to the moon and back from Mom, Dad, and your brothers Damian, Jonavan, Kaleo, and sister Aria. Kaylina Rose Mendiola wishing you a very happy birthday. Papa loves and misses you so much. He can't wait to hold you in his arms again. Love, your Papa, John, and family. Darren Torres, happy birthday to you and have a wonderful one. Say Nelly, Jojo, the King, and Faith. And Joan Enriquez, happy birthday, Joan/Mommy. We love you. Say Glenn and Gavin. Also, happy birthday to Elizabeth St. Nicholas, better known to you and me and her very, very close friends as Liz or Sabette. This is coming from your social homies and the game night friends.
Well, that's your Wednesday Primetime Show. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Nick Delgado. Stay safe and good night.
In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. and IT&E.
Good day, everyone, and welcome to In Full Zoom. I'm Nestor Lecanto, and this week we're going to talk about power, specifically how the Guam Power Authority is contracted, the Guam Ukudu Power, who has contracted Pacific Unlimited to move heavy equipment from the port to the Ukudu site. And let me start by introducing Tritsy Limtiaco, who is the acting general manager of the Guam Power Authority. We have Tyler Montanani, who is a spokesperson for the Dusan Ukudu Transportation Project. Larry Limtiaco is the vice president of Pacific Unlimited, the trucking company that will be hauling all of that heavy equipment. And John Hightower, is the owner's engineer and site manager for Guam Ukudu, the power plant company. All right, let me start with you, Trissy, because I wanted to get you to explain to the viewers and the residents of Guam just how important the Guam Ukudu power plant is, and how, despite what we're going to talking about a little bit later about the transportation issues, the traffic issues, why the Ukudu power plant is important.
Nestor, thanks for that that question, and Hafaday, everyone. Thanks for having GPA join this interview. We are really excited, not just for the Guam Power Authority, but also for all of Guam ratepayers about the new Ukudu power plant that is being built across the mall in Dededo. That power plant is going to replace the aging Cabris 1 and 2 power plants down in Pidi. Cabris 1 and 2 power plants have been two of our trusted, most reliable baseload generators since the 1970s. They are currently almost 48 years old, and they are in dire need of being retired. We also have base load power plants in PD, specifically units 8 and 9, and they will serve as backup base load or intermediate generation once the Upidu power plant is online. However, the Upidu power plant will provide all ratepayers of Guam, the island of Guam, approximately 198 megawatts of clean, affordable, reliable energy. And that's very, very important for the future of power supply on Guam. And that can't happen without everybody's support. This is probably one of the largest projects that the island of Guam has seen in a very, very long time. It takes a lot of coordination, and we are relying on our partners from Guam Upidu Power, Doosan, and all of its subcontractors to get this project done as quickly and efficiently, and of course, as safely as possible. So once this power plant is done, Nestor, we're going to be retiring Cabras 1 and 2. The Upidu power plant will become the baseload power plant generation units, and we're going to be adding from there a lot of renewable energy, and as well as energy storage batteries.
Yeah, and explain what that means to people's rates going forward.
Great question, especially right now. Your rates right now are probably the highest we've seen in a really long time. Although I work for Guam Power Authority, I do cringe when I get that notice in my email box that my new power bill is here. And I was, hoping that we would have done as a family a little bit better in conserving energy. This month, we didn't quite hit the mark that I was hoping for. Our fuel recovery charge, our LEAC charge, is really high right now. And that's caused, it's caused by a variety of different factors. One is, of course, everywhere in the world, we're seeing higher than normal oil prices. And whether you attribute that to the Russia-Ukraine war or COVID or something else, we're feeling it all over the world. The second is what I might have mentioned, but not been specific about our current baseload generation plants. If you haven't noticed or you haven't heard, GPA recently completed a very, very large project to convert the baseload power plants from something that we refer to as RFO, or residual fuel oil, very heavy, cheap, but not great for the environment fuel. And we converted it into ultra low sulfur diesel, or ULSD. And ULSD is typically the same fuel that you see at the gas pumps. And that fuel is considerably more expensive than RFO, but it's much, much cleaner for the environment. So with those factors, with the higher oil prices, and then using a lot more cleaner fuel, taking away the more expensive residual fuel oil, it really has eclipsed any of the savings that we are seeing from renewable energy right now. So we do have a lot of renewable energy. And unfortunately, that means that even if you're using the same amount of electricity in your household or your business that you did, this time last year or the year before, your bill is going to be higher. So we're really looking forward to the Upidu power plant. It will burn cleaner fuel, but it's going to burn less of it because it's newer and it has more efficient technologies.
Yeah, I think it's all the Christmas lights you've got on your house, Trixie. All right.
In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. and IT&E.
Guam is truly a majestic place with its sheer natural beauty, wealth of beaches, and culturally rich landscape. Unfortunately, Guam has a real problem with unwanted invasive species. Help us in preventing their introduction and spread. The coconut rhinoceros beetle, the little fire ant, the African snail, Siam weed. These are just a few of the numerous invasives on Guam. Follow proper custom procedures when bringing plants and animals into Guam.
Help protect Guam. Tell your family and friends about invasive species.
To report invasive species, call 475-PEST.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises Inc. and IT&E.
All right. let me move to John, Mr. Hightower there. John, so tell me about the specific equipment and how big is it, and how important is it to building the power plant?
The equipment's gas turbines, Siemens variety, STG 800s. They're very fuel efficient. They're very easy to package, and it would be very easy to transport them. Obviously, one of the issues that we have is transportation, bringing them up from the ports and setting them up here. So it was well thought out and well designed, and it's a good package for what the requirements of the island are at present.
Yeah. Do you have any measurements, dimensions of how large they are?
Roughly 20 meters long, 15 meters tall, approximately 85 tons for the gas turbines, 60 plus tons for the transformers. Larry can correct me if I'm wrong. He knows better the dimensions since he has to move it. They're not enormous. As relative to a power station, they're not enormous. It'll look quite large rolling down the street along with some of the boiler apparatus. But as far as projects go of this nature, they're actually very manageable.
All right. And speaking of moving them down the road, let me move to Larry. Larry, so Pacific Trucking will be the one that is contracted to move all this stuff from the port to the Ukudu site. I'm not sure exactly how far that is, but tell us a little bit more about how you plan to do that.
Okay, so Pacific Unlimited, DBA Pacific Trucking, is contracted by GlowNet, which is a global logistics company that works with Doosan on a regular basis. This is not their only project going right now. They have several moving right now, and they're the ones that bring every part for this generator in, or power plant, in from different parts of the world. And we're the last haul 12 miles from the port to the Ukudu power plant. Now, what we've done is Pacific Trucking has actually done this before. 30 years ago, we moved the Temis 7 into its current location, but we didn't, there was no transport over the road. Everything was done from the port straight into Temis, which is right diagonal across USO. We contracted a company called Smithbridge. They do heavy hauls throughout New Zealand. They do a lot of heavy moves here on Guam as well. So they're going to be the ones that are going to do the heavy hauls from the port to Ukudu. They're our subcontractor. And we're going to do all of the other moves like break bulk containers, things that are 60 ton and below. And they're going to handle all of the bigger stuff. So this is going to be a big move. They're using specialized equipment. They're self-propelled modular trailers that they could add or remove axles to safely move the loads over the bridges, so that there's no one wheel hitting the surface of the road heavier than all the other ones. So they'll be able to shift some of the load over and let one wheel take more load or less load to try to keep the wheels on the road surface and the bridges safely, so that we can move it across the road safely.
All right, how long is this going to take?
We're estimating, barring no issues, right around 6 hours I'm sorry, 12 hours to move one move from the port to Ukuru. We're going to be moving something like at 1 mile an hour. You don't move heavy, oversized, over height, over length loads fast. So you just gotta slow and steady is going to win this race for us.
Yeah, and so I imagine that you're coordinating with various government agencies such as DPW and GPD.
Absolutely. All of the agencies have to get involved, including the some of the television companies to move cables out of the way. We're going to try to get all of the traffic organized and diverted and using alternate routes to get this heavy, big monstrosity of a load up to Ukuru.
Yeah, okay, Zai, so tell me how this is going to impact the traveling public, those motorists out there trying to get to work or to dinner or to home.
Well, I mean, we've taken that into consideration, and that's the reason why we're moving everything at night. We're going to start at 6 p.m. And hopefully be off the road by 6 a.m. at Ukuru. And we're going to have detour signs. We have a company that's helping us with public outreach so that we could get information to the public, provide them with a traffic control plan, make sure that they know what route we're taking so that they could avoid us. Obviously, when we're going down the road, we can't stop traffic. So there's going to be lanes that are going to be open so that the public can use the road. I'm sure they're going to be gawking and looking at what's going on, because I mean, this is not going to have a this is going to be out there. It's not going to be hidden from anybody. So there's going to be a website that they could go to and look up when we're doing this, what times we're going to be on the road, and exactly what our routes will be, so that they could take alternate routes to get away from this traffic.
In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. and IT&E.
MTO Maintenance will now completely sanitize your home, office, or business with state-of-the-art commercial sprayers. For over 30 years, MTO Maintenance has been committed to the health and safety of our customers. And now, more than ever, a clean home, office, carpets, and furniture is a necessity to our island. Give us a call today. Stay healthy and stay safe, Guam.
Call 647-6861 for an appointment.
Mobile offers a new and convenient way to fuel your vehicle. Pay gas and go. No need to line up inside the store. Press preset. Enter whole dollar amount without decimals. Press loyalty ID and enter your mobile number or insert Smiles card. Insert and remove payment card or tap contactless credit card. Begin fueling. And don't forget to grab your receipt. Pay gas and go. It's that easy.
What's the move? Tryna wild out, catch a groove. She said, where you going? What's the move? Tryna wild out, catch a groove.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 1
In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. and IT&E.
All right. Hey, Tyler, can you elaborate on some of the things that you're reaching out to the public about?
Yes, so we're hitting all the different areas. Over TV, we have radio ads going. Of course, we have our radio personalities doing the live reads and getting the message out there as much as we can. We also have our website, poweronthemove.org. There you can find all the details of the project with the alternate routes. We'll also have live tracking, so you'll be able to see where the SPMT is. And like, for example, say like 6 a.m. to 6:10, okay, it moved this many feet. So we're going to be informing the public as much as possible. And if you're not tuned in over all the different, ways via tech, we have the signs along the major routes. In fact, I just passed one on my way over. So it says in big words, expect traffic delays. And like Larry was saying, these are going to be huge transports. And I know a lot of people are going to want to see this happening. But as we've said, it's going to be moving at 1 mile per hour. Last thing you want is to go there and then now you're stuck behind this huge thing. So again, all information, you can also email any inquiries to info@poweronthemove.org, as well as our Facebook page, Power on the Move Guam.
Okay, so I'm interested in that live tracking, so people can know where it's at, so they can avoid it. How do they do that? Is there an app or something?
So it's all on our website. Again, poweronthemove.org. We have it has yet to happen, so I still haven't seen the details of that, but it's going to be safety is the biggest priority. We're going to have the schedule there so people can expect where the trailers will be at certain areas of the day. And of course, if there's any delay, we'll definitely make sure to get that information out to the public.
All right. And Larry, so has the equipment started coming in, and when do you expect to start the actual transport?
Well, we're still working on the actual date that we're going to start moving, but there is equipment coming in. Most of the stuff that's come in is break bulk and containers that have already gone to the project site and are some of the required equipment to be there before these modules come in. It's got I don't have the exact date of when we're going to be actually moving these out of the port, but we're working on that still.
And how long do you imagine it's going to take to move all the equipment? How many pieces of equipment are there, and how long will it take to get all of them to John and his operation?
Well, there's 5 sequences, and the first sequence is 12 moves. Okay, so the SPMT is going to be on the road 24 times roughly, because you're going to go up loaded and then you're going to come back unloaded. You're still going at 1 mile an hour, whether it's loaded or not. That's just the equipment's speed that it travels. You got 12 in the first one. I'm trying to add up all these numbers here right now.
If I may, Larry, basically it's going to be around 20 moves. The first 12, it is at 1 mile an hour on the way up. However, when the SPMTs are not loaded, they can move considerably faster, considerably being 2 to 3 miles an hour. So this should be a rapid return. But the first initial moves, everything's relative. So the initial moves will be probably 20 to 21 is what we're anticipating. That will take us through into next year.
Yeah.
And the containers will stop in mid-February, depending on the schedule to start as Larry was indicating, but it should run till middle or end of February if all goes to plan.
John, is there a sequence of in the delivery so that you can get the equipment that you need to get started, or do you need it all there and then start when it's all at the location?
There is a sequence, and the modules have already arrived. So they're sitting at the plant. We're still doing our preparations as far as getting the roadways ready, getting the public aware of what's going to happen, following our last permits, things of that nature. So all those items are going on in the background. However, the modules have arrived, and other equipment is arriving as required. And as Larry indicated, as soon as they get the green light, they'll start continuously with the moves.
Yeah, and have you ever in your career been involved in a similar situation where necessary equipment had to be transported from, say, a port to a location that's a little bit further away?
Is that question for me, Nestor?
That's for John and you, if you've also had experience. I know you mentioned the Temis one, but Temis is right there. This is we could use a little bit far.
I mean, the weights of the equipment we were moving were in the 100 tons as well. So we contracted. This was 30 years ago. We contracted a Malaysian company that is known. Their name is Megalift, and we brought them in to help us with this move. We subbed them to do it, and we handled all of the work here on the ground. So if the machine was down, we had technicians available to fix them. Tires went flat, we were there to fix those things. So we provided all of the boots on the ground type work, and they brought in all the engineers and specialized equipment. All
right. And I wanted to ask about contingencies. For example, there's like heaven forbid, if there's an emergency and the ambulance, for example, has to get through the traffic, or what are those kinds of contingencies, alternate routes, or what have you?
Yeah, I'm sure that it's gonna be alternate routes, but of course for the ambulances, there's no alternate route. We need to find a way to get. We'll have one-way traffic and allow emergency vehicles to get around. We're piloting the vehicles with some escorts so that people don't get too close to the trailer and the modules and the cargo going up there. So we're doing our best to keep everything as safe as possible. So the contingency would be people just got to yield to the ambulances and the police to get around us.
In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises Inc. and IT&E.
When you're built for tailgating, you're built for winning. Winning at storage. Winning at parking. Winning at technology. Winning at comfort. Winning at winning.
My name is Leonza Selvage, and I have a 4-year-old daughter who goes to lots of learning daycare. So with the rising cost of living, it helps tremendously with bills. I don't have to worry about paying for childcare services. Knowing that this program is offered to our people, most especially our children, I think something to definitely be grateful for. I learned about Programan Panilan from the mayor's offices here. To the program, I was actually in disbelief that this program offered free childcare services to our people. I wanted to give my mom a break for a little bit, so when I found out about the program, I jumped right on it. I was relieved because childcare at no cost. I'm thankful for this program because I don't have to worry about an extra set of bills coming my way. I'm grateful to the governor, the lieutenant governor, everyone behind the scenes that made this happen.
Need help paying for childcare? Guam families can receive financial support through Programan Pinilan. Learn more and apply at guamchildcare.com.
I'll be back in a sec. We can't wait forever.
All your nacho fries, please.
Made with Mexican spices. Made for nacho cheese sauce. Only at Taco Bell.
In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises Inc. and IT&E.
And Ty, have you gotten any public feedback so far in all of the outreach that you guys have been doing?
We just launched our website last week, so we have a good amount of people already subscribing to the website. So when you do that, you'll be able to get those automatic updates. Newsletters are going to be sent out soon as well. So it's been good feedback so far, and of course, all of us working together in our own circles. We're doing as much as we can, sending them to all the WhatsApp chats, talking about it with our circles. So the more people know about this, the smoother process it will be. And we just need to let everyone know to be safe on the roads, and most importantly, to stay as clear from those areas of transportation as much as possible.
Yeah, I think it's good to let them know ahead of time. But of course, once it happens, that's when you're going to start hearing from people.
Yeah.
So I wanted to wrap up. We've got about 4 or 5 minutes left. I want to wrap up with each of you just to make it an appeal to the public and maybe an explanation of why this is important. And let me start with you, Tritsy. Just what would you say to the public as to expect this transport of this very important equipment to Ukuru?
Thanks for that question, Nestor. I just want to ask all the ratepayers to please be patient. The ratepayers are they are our partners at Guam Power. It's everything that we do is to benefit the ratepayers. We are in the middle of this huge transformative process with energy, and it is our goal to improve the reliability of the energy we deliver to your homes and businesses, to make it more affordable and to make it cleaner and greener. And in order to do that, we need the new Ukuru power plant. We need that in order to add more renewable energy, more energy storage, and just to improve the infrastructure. This is going to be the cornerstone of our power system on Guam, and it's really, really important. So when you do encounter the transportation delays or have to take another 20 minutes and there's traffic because everybody else is taking the detours, like you said, Nestor, or maybe it was John, or maybe it was Larry. No pain, no gain. It's difficult to to have a smile in the middle of traffic when you're late or you didn't expect it. So please, 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 take a look at poweronthemove.org. Just like Tyler had said, subscribe to it, check it out before you go anywhere. Plan your week around it. We're sorry about it, but this is progress. Thanks so much.
Well said. John, everybody's in a hurry, even on a small, relaxed, laid-back island as ours. What would you say to them about how important this equipment is for you?
Just going back to what Tracy was saying, it's just part of the future of the island. It's something that has to be done. As units come down, new ones need to come up. And this is more efficient, it saves money. It can only help in the future. It's a win-win for everybody. It's just going to be a bit inconvenient for 2 or 3 weeks, but other than that, it'd be well worth the price.
And Larry, short-term pain, long-term gain, as the company charged with transporting all this equipment, what do you have to say to the public?
Yeah, I want to just echo what John and Tracy had said. It's good for the island. It's going to be difficult to deal with the traffic delays, but you don't move huge pieces of equipment fast. It's safe to keep them slow and just make progress. And I think it's going to be as smooth. It's going to be smoother than what everybody's thinking. Maybe for those few weeks that you just kind of hang out at home and spend more time with each other and not go out too much. That's what I have to say.
You know what they're going to say, John? Said 1 mile an hour. You can't do 2 or 3.
Not with that low.
It's got to be for safety reasons, and also for the equipment too, right? To make sure that it doesn't get damaged. Because I don't want to ask John what would happen if that equipment did get damaged or fall off. So, all right, we've got about a minute or so left. Tyler, you're going to get the final word. This is your chance to once again reach out to the public and give them the message that it might be a little inconvenient, but in the long haul, it's best for the island.
Absolutely. And you know what? It's something that's going to pay off for everyone. Nestor, again, I just wanted to thank you for having us on this wonderful opportunity. And we hope this isn't the last time and we can come on again and provide further updates as the project progresses. Again, if anyone wants to learn more about Power on the Move, because again, the transport is a whole thing in itself. Go on to our website, poweronmove.org. Any questions can also be emailed to info@poweronthemove.org. And we also have our Facebook, Power on the Move Guam.
All right, thanks a lot. Trixie Limtiaco, John Hightower, Larry Limtiaco, and Tyler Matsunani talking a little bit about, hey, public, you've got the word, you got the heads up. So expect that in the next few weeks to last for a few weeks. But it's all important. It's moving very important equipment from the port to Ukadu, and so we can get the power plant construction going and lower your power rates eventually. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Nestor Lacanto. We'll see you again next week on In Full Zoom.
In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. and IT&E.